Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 5 and we're here in Okayama for my first time trial within Ride 5. This is going to be the MV Agusta F3 675 and we're going to be fighting for the, I think the top spot in the 600cc class. Now you could say this is above 600cc, but yeah, it's within parameters, and considering who's at the top spot, I would say that a 675 is fair game. Now, something very important to mention for this video is that there will be a follow-up time trial for this video. I'll not say too much, but definitely keep an eye out for the further video coming very, very soon, because towards the end of the video this will make sense. But for now, I'm trying to get as high up as I possibly can on the leaderboards, and towards the end of the video I'm going to be prompted to do a second follow-up video, so definitely stay tuned for that. So we're here in Okayama. This is the full version, and I don't know if you noticed, but at the very start of the lap we now have a small chicane to tackle in the first sector, which is very interesting. Didn't really see that coming until a good friend of mine, Sacred Meerkat, told me about it a few weeks ago when playing online, and I've got to say I really love that addition of that small chicane into the first couple of corners. But anyway, so we're using the MV Agusta F3 675. A bike I have used before in a video, and I must confess it feels fantastic. For this one I have upgraded it completely, apart from a few things like the chain, the transmission, a few things I just didn't really bother with because I'm trying to save credits because I need to do the Mike Halewood Honda in the Nordschleife from a video that Limecow has been requesting for at least 15 days now, so I've definitely got to get that video done. It's just that I don't have enough credits to buy the bike yet, so unfortunately, however long it'll take for me to earn the credits is however long it'll take for Limecow to comment every single day. And probably if you look by now, you'll see that he's already written the comment for day 19 maybe, depends when I finally upload this video. But yeah, I didn't bother with changing any of the setups in this video as well, so before you ask, there is no setup changes. Everything is completely standard default. I didn't bother changing anything, and I don't think it's necessary to get world records, but if you feel like you need something else, then definitely try it out. It's just something I'm not particularly accustomed with doing. Maybe in the future I'll start changing setups, but for now, don't need to, so therefore I don't need to buy the upgrades either. But anyway, our current lap is a 136.234, nothing particularly special, but I'm hoping we can get into the lower numbers as this progresses. I think we're looking at a 133.5 or 133.4 for the world record, something around there, so I'm hoping we can just start to push. But I guess I will spoil a little bit about the future update video for this particular time trial, and it's an interesting one because the guy on top spot is using standard physics, which is always interesting with Ride 5 because it doesn't seem to matter which physics you use, you can seem to get onto the top of the leaderboards. But the problem is, in this 600cc class, there is an 800cc right at the top of the leaderboard, and that of course is the MV Agusta F3 800. So beating that is going to be extremely difficult, and with a track like this with some quite long straights, the start and finish straight, and of course the back end of the circuit towards the top is also quite a long straight, so it's interesting to see what's going to happen. So stay tuned. I'm definitely going to look at trying to beat the 800cc, but for now, when recording this one, I didn't really care for world record, didn't care for top spot or top 3, just wanted to make a video in time trial because I'm yet to do it, and I want to try and get as much credits as I possibly can, so just churning out the lap times, having fun, and also learning Ride 5 again because I've just been playing MotoGP 23, and yeah, I just feel a little bit different. I'm finding that the bikes turn in much easier and quicker in MotoGP, so when you come over to Ride 5, apologies, that you do find the bikes turn in a little bit slower. So I'm trying to manage the feeling between the motorcycles, but this will be my first time trial in Ride. That, oh, I've just gone wide there. Okay, I'm going to have to pay attention to that one. Going into Piper, I can't go wide onto the opposite part of the circuit. Now that is part of the Piper course, which is of course we did for the endurance race a couple of weeks ago. But you cannot go and I don't know if you can hear that. That is the famous rumble strip glitch. You can hear the sound of the bike rumbling and riding onto the curbs, and that's why that sound is still going on. But thankfully if you just touch the curb it's sorted and you won't have that issue again. But anyway, our first invalidated lap, and I was going to say in Ride 4 the majority of my time, if not all of it, I was using semi-automatic gears. I didn't really feel the need to change it because I wanted to prioritise the tuck-in, but now that tuck-in is completely automatic and not optional to use as manual, I'm finding that I'm using the manual gears and everything's just working so well. It adds to the immersion, it adds to the experience, and it just feels great. But the only downfall I do have is when you race online or you race against opponents, their bikes seem louder than mine, so sometimes it's hard to hear when to do the upshifts or downshifts. Maybe not the downshifts because it's easy enough, but the upshifts is where I tend to not get it right. And with every bike in Ride 5 having different sorts of revs, it's easy to upshift or downshift too quicker, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm still very much learning Ride 5, but I've got to say I've had a great time, and it seems like you guys are enjoying the content as well, so I'm hoping today's time trial will definitely keep you entertained. And of course, if it does, definitely let me know in the comments section down below, and make sure to subscribe as well. It does help out the channel, and of course we're not that far away from 9,000 subscribers, and I can get there with your help if you didn't mind. But anyway, third split has complete. We're up by 0.4 of a second, and if my maths serve me well, that would put us into the 134, so we are slowly moving towards our target. And what I really appreciate about these time trial videos is that I try to continuously do the laps, not just keep restarting. I do see that online quite a bit where players are just trying to get the ultimate lap, so they'll do one lap, quickly restart, and do it again. Wow, a 135 flat. I always like to see a complete flat number, but that's not where I want to be. I want to be in the 34s and then 33s. But yeah, for me, I want to just keep on going, just keep doing the laps, keep churning them out. Currently running the medium front and soft rear. I think at this stage I could possibly change the soft front, so I'll give it a few more laps and I will try the soft front. But I'm hoping to do as many consistent lap times as we can, and just to see the difference and how the first initial laps will start with sort of slow. I don't want to say slow because you're still pushing, but you're learning the track at the same time, because even if I do know this track like the back of my hand, I need to figure out what's the best braking for the MV Agusta. Does this bike like to slide? Do I need to be hard on the brakes? Can I afford to go gentle? All these questions need to be answered, and the best way to do it is just by playing and learning the track. And I don't think you can do it if you keep pausing the game and restarting the flying lap. I just prefer to see as it is and just keep going. Just get into that zone and just keep pushing. That's another bit of advice. And I do need to do the acceleration guide coming very, very soon. Help you with the understeer and learning how to really tuck the bikes into the corners and to get the tighter apexes. That's definitely coming soon. I've just been writing up what needs to be focused on and what doesn't need to be focused on, let's say. So out of the last corner, we bring on the acceleration and we'll get across the line. I do think this will put us into the 134s. Across the line, it does. We're now into the 134.901, so another steady progression here in the Japanese circuit of Okayama. Just approaching the chicane again, nice and firm on the brakes. Ooh! Kind of looked like I touched the apex there, or at least touched the outside of the circuit, should I say. But I think we're good. I do know if you try and cut any part of that corner, usually it invalidates, which is great, and that's the way it should be. But up by 0.3 of a second, you can see the confidence coming in now. The bike's starting to move, we're getting to slide a little bit. I like it when the bike starts getting a bit loose. When I start off with it, not so much. That's something I'll try and work towards, and then I'll find if that sliding the rear, which I do find helps in Ride 5 quite a lot, especially for the faster lap times. You've got to really brake hard and let the rear move a bit. That's what I find helps me the most here in Ride 5. But now to the tight hairpin. Now, of course, if you did see the hairpin video I did a few days ago, well, I say the hairpin video, it was the Battles in Britain video. And right in the hairpin, in the final lap, we defeated the AI in Cadwell Park. And I got to say, it was one of my best overtakes I've ever done in Ride 5, and it felt immense. I'm still pumped about it. I think there's a YouTube short somewhere. If not, there will be soon. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But anyway, into the Mike Knight corner. This is turn 10, and then into the right hand side for turn 11. Downshifting to first gear there. It's a habit I tend to do. I tend to downshift quite a lot, sometimes too early and sometimes too much. But it's a habit that I think works, so I'm going to keep on doing it for now until I find that it doesn't. But breaking a habit of a lifetime is never easy. We're already up into the 134 threes, so again it's going rather well. And look how we're sliding into Williams' hairpin. Lord almighty, I thought I lost the front then. Don't know whether we lost time then, because we went in extremely quickly. Oh, we gained 34 thousandth of a second, the Kevin Schwantz amount of time. As we now go into the upward curve for turn 4, going for that tighter apex now and really bringing on the power. Not running any electronics in this video, at least I don't believe so. Everything should be off. ABS 0, TCS 0, anti-wheelie maybe at 1, but I do believe it's at 0. I'll try and see if it flashes up in a minute, but yeah, it's a habit that I've gotten used to now, that I don't tend to show the electronics because it's always the same. Everything's usually turned off. The electronics in this game are much stronger than they were in Ride 5, or actually, let's say they're not as strong, because in Ride 4 the bikes would really slow down if you use a lot of the electronics. Now you can kind of get away with not using any, and some bikes, yeah, even if you leave them on, you're still quite fast, so I guess it's down to preference. I like to feel every single bump and every small vibration with the bike. I like that feeling with the DualSense controller. But we now bring on the power, and this will conclude lap 7, and I think this has been long enough, so let's move over to the softs after this lap. Oh, not an improvement. So, onto the soft front and the soft rear. I do think this is the combination to take me to that next step, so I do hope so. Anyway, run into the first corner. I need to have a look at the way the temperature rises. I don't think we're at that stage where we're pushing so much that the front end should go in fuego. I don't think it'll go red, but we'll keep an eye on it nonetheless. I'm going to do at least another good 5, maybe 6, 4 laps depending on our potential. And we'll see what we can do. And of course, let me know in the comments section down below, guys, what do you think about time trial videos? Do you enjoy these sort of more relaxed, chilled videos to start off with, and when towards the end of the video when we're really pushing for those lap times? I guess, do you enjoy the slow burn of a time trial, I guess, is my question to you. So let me know in the comment section down below. I do appreciate I've still got a lot of videos to make from requests from the aces, and I'm still getting around to them, so definitely bear with me. There are some bikes that I haven't unlocked yet or purchased, so yeah, if I haven't done a video in a while for that reason, I will do it the second I get the credits available. I'll probably buy the Halewood bike and then sell it, so that way I can do the video for Lime Cow and then I can do all the other videos as well. If there's any videos you're requesting of bikes I've already got, then I'll be doing them straight away. And of course I still have the livery series going as well, from designs made from Sergio23, the Belgian ace, in partnership with myself of course. But coming out to the final corner, aptly known as the last corner as well, but we'll go across the line. I've got a good feeling about this. Across the line, it is a 133.968. We are in to the 133s. We get extremely tight to the apex there. Not ideal for the first corner, but the promising thing to note is that the rider in first place, who has the leaderboard's top spot, the world record, let's say, with the MV Agusta F3 800, is about a 133.4, I think, 133.3. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's around that region. I don't know if we're going to get close enough to it today, but if we do nail it, then... Oh, I did have anti-wheelie on 1. I've just turned it down now, turned it off, and I'm hoping that will make a difference. So regarding the electronics in this video, but yeah, I'm hoping we can get so close in this video that we don't really need to worry about the next step. Now, I do fear that the 800cc is going to just dominate every single leaderboards within the 600cc class. I definitely think Milestone need to change that, because, well, the simple reality is that 800 is not a 600, but I guess you could say a 675 is also not a 600, unless it's been capped, but I don't think it has. It's still very much the 675, so yeah, I don't know what to think about that one, because I don't think the Triumph Moto 2 765 is in this class. Not sure, not really played enough of it to understand the time trials as of yet. Well, there goes the subscribe button, so once again, if you don't mind, please click the button. But anyway, back to the action. I've got a couple more laps left in me before I call it quits. And let's see how close we can get to that top spot position. So at this time, in this stage of this time trial, I had no idea what the top spot was. I didn't really pay any attention. My only goal was just to make a video in this track with time trial and just have fun. And not always looking for the world records and top spots. I just sometimes just want to have fun. Just don't care for for the actual glory and top spot. Sometimes I just want to have fun, just enjoy it, and just really get to grips with learning a circuit. So the next time the opportunity to go online in this circuit with a 675, I should be feeling damn confident, but firm on the brakes we go for the very difficult hairpin corner. Position the bike to the right side. You've got to be careful here because the bike does want to slide as you go over the very small crest. As you go over that, the bike just wobbles ever so slightly, and it's enough to really lose your momentum. So be careful if you're trying to replicate what I'm doing here today. Brake nice and early before the shadow, and then turn in. Pretty good into Redmond. This is at least a 2.5 tenths of a second improvement. Tight again to the apex of Hobbs. Keep it in, keep it in, keep it in, and bring on the power. Yeah, this is looking promising. This is looking very promising as we now go into the Mike Knight corner. Oh, straighten up, and then into the right again. This is the last corner, of course. Bring on the acceleration, and across the line, it should be an improvement. But what, 133.801, so we're just getting closer and closer to that top spot, just slowly chipping away for the last couple of laps in this video. Hard on the brakes again, a little bit fast going into the Williams chicane, but I've got to say, that worked out well. Strong on the acceleration, pushing forwards on the analog stick to stop the rider from wheeling. And back into the right, and oh, we matched our first sector time of a 22 second and 5 tenths into the outward curve. That's deep. Does this benefit us though? This is the wider angle. Does this work? Let's see in a moment when we get across the sector split. We're up by a tenth. Maybe it does help. Oh, really late on the brakes there, guys and gals. Going into the hairpin, really braking to the very last second. Now into the left hand side for Revolver. Not the Beatles album. This time it's the 6th corner in Okayama. Very tight again to Piper. Bring on the power. Got to go nice and early on the brakes here, right before the Yoshimura Bridge. Ooh, this is going to be another good lap. The soft front is definitely the tyre to choose, guys. Definitely. But it is getting a little bit warm. It's gone sort of greenish yellow now. Nothing of concern, but into the Mike Knight corner for turn 10. Just approaching 1:30 here in Japan. Back over to the right. Bring on the power. Oh, just barely stayed on the track there. And across the line, is it? Whoa, what a lap! What a lap that was, a 1:33.534. Brilliant. Wow, where the hell did that come from? We were only up by like 0.5 tenth of a second into the final split. We must have blasted into the Mike Knight hairpin, Mike Knight corner. Brilliant. Can we improve before I call it quits in today's video? Let's make this the last one. Ooh, we're down by a tenth. Ooh, not filling me with confidence, but never say never. Just because you lose a tenth doesn't mean it's going to mess the entire lap up. But of course, guys, stay with me after I've completed this lap because I will explain what tomorrow's video will be. And that is the follow-up of today's video. We lost 2 tenths. Oh, not so good after all. But never say never. You never know what's going to happen. So yeah, definitely stay with me to the end of the video. And I can explain what's happening in the next video tomorrow. That will be the follow-up for this one. And yeah, I can't wait for that one as well. But anyway, we go into the final part, just almost running onto the rumble strip, and then underneath the Yoshimura Bridge, still losing 2.5 tenths. Might not be golden, this one. Onto the brakes we go, keep pulling it into the tight apex of Hobbs. Bring on the power and do not go onto the dirt there because you will lose a dramatic amount of time. And then into right for turn 10. Back into the right again for the last corner. The front's getting a little bit warm now. Bring on the acceleration. Is this the one? Across the line. Have we improved? No, sadly not. Well, didn't quite end the video where I wanted to, but if you did watch all of the laps, definitely comment down below, time trial ace, and I'll know that you stayed to the very end of this Grand Prix, or at least if you watched the majority of the laps. But now, those are my lap times on screen. Go ahead and pause the video if you want to take a look at those in more detail. But to discuss the plan for the next video is coming up now. So I alluded to the top spot being dominated by an 800cc bike there. And I know what the goal is tomorrow's video. You know what tomorrow's video is, and that is to get the top spot. Look at us. We're only 2 tenths of a second behind. Well, not really, 1.5 tenths. If we can do that against an 800cc bike, then that is something to be very, very proud of, and it's something very much to look forward to. So I implore you to join me tomorrow in our attempts to take the top spot here in Okayama for the international circuit with the F3 675. So guys, thanks for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow to get the top spot. Fingers crossed. I can't wait for it. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.